let's talk more now on the IEB's exceptional results. The IEB's board CEO is Confidence Dikgole, who joins us also from Randburg. Good evening to you, Mr. Dikgole. Good to talk to you. To what do you attribute this yet again exceptional result coming out of the independent schools, or should we say private schools?
Good evening, Mr. Mngambi, and thank you so much for having us. Really an honor and privilege. So these learners have done very well. I mean, 98.31 is a huge success. It's remarkable. And I think it's all about support really that they got from schools, from parents, because look, it's a community. You can't do it on your own. And I must say also support coming from the IEB as we work alongside educators and schools, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of standards that are expected from the IEB. So we really are confident and reassured that standards are being maintained at the IEB, which is good.
Yeah, and that slight drop though, it must sort of destabilized you a little bit. Why would you say that was the outcome this time around?
It's good to put that within context, Xoli. So the IEB has been growing. If you look at the numbers that we're dealing with, we've grown in the last 2 years. We've grown about 15% in terms of cohort size of learners and schools as well. There's new schools that are coming in. I mean, just in 2025, we registered 9 new schools, and that has been the trend in the last 3 years. And so we're no longer dealing with a small-sized cohort like we used to previously. So this is an international phenomenon when you're looking at assessment systems. As soon as you begin to have the systems growing or expanding like that, it is expected that statistically there will be those fluctuations. So it's not an anomaly. It's something that is expected. And we knew at the IEB, the conversations that we've been having, even at board level, we knew that this was to be expected at some point or another. But we're not worried, because this is by no way a reflection of the standard of the IEB. The standard has not dropped. In fact, the standard has been maintained. I mean, it's 98%.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant pass, yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the quality controls that you put in place. I mean, I don't remember a time when there was a reported leak within the private schooling sector of the matric exams. What is it that sets you apart from the public sector education space? Because you are the people that set these examinations, and therefore the assessments that you put in place all the way up until the end, there has to be something that you do very differently to what the public sector is doing.
I don't think it would be a fair comparison or assessment or analysis of what happened at the DBE. All I can say is that really kudos to the DBE for handling that leak the way they did. It just speaks to the system that they have that was able to detect where the leak happened and to be able to deal with it immediately. And so it really is about controls, as you say. So what that indicates is that they do have very tight controls in place, which is the same as what we have at the IEB. Let me say this, that there's no examination that can happen without irregularities. That would be a serious anomaly. Where there is human element, there's bound to be that element of human error. But what is important is that there's controls in place to be able to address those anomalies when they are detected and to deal with them.
Yeah. Let's talk about the 90% pass rate that some people are talking about. You, as the IEB, you are edging ever so close to that 90% mark. But there is a rider to that, because they're saying that we shouldn't oversimplify South Africa's matric results. What do you mean? What do you think is meant by that?
I think there's a whole lot of things that are involved there, and that is why you will see that we steer clear of publishing these results to the finer detail. We look at the overall pass rate, okay? Because for us, and that's how the public has come to deal with this. And for us, that's really the measure of the standard of your assessments or your education system through the overall pass rate. And so we look at that, and as I said, which is 98.31 this year. And for us, what that says is that whatever it is that our assessments are doing at the IEB is right. Because for us to be able to maintain standards steadily and gradually like that, it's reflective of a system that is really stable, and that continues to be even much more stable and stronger.
Yeah. As we conclude our conversation, let me take a chance. I repeat, I'm taking a chance here. Is the IEB ever tempted to say there is a particular school that just outshines all the others? Is there such a thing? Is there a particular school that stands out, or you're going to be diplomatic about it and say all of them have achieved excellently without anyone outshining the other?
All of them have achieved excellently without any outshining the other. You're right. So your chance is not going to succeed here. And really, and I think it's the attitude really at the IEB to celebrate every learner who set the exam and not to isolate learners, because they've all done very well, hey? And yeah, I'm sure if you talk to schools, they will be able to tell you how they performed. But at the level of the IEB, we celebrate all of them. They've done so well, all of them, really, across the board.
Well, kudos to you, and really well done to what the IEB continues to achieve year in, year out. I mean, we're talking, for example, in the St. John's College, there are some pupils there that have already been accepted to the Harvard through the early action program. That talks to just the quality that you guys continue to produce. Confidence Dikgole, thank you very much for your time tonight. The IEB CEO, Confidence Dikgole, talking to us there.